Romantic relationship struggles can be hard. There are a range of emotions that you experience, but just know that they will pass. There's no right way to manage conflict in hard relationships, but there's things that you can do to improve your headspace when your relationship is struggling. Talk to someone you trust. Now, this is something that I've discussed with many clients in my sessions, is that it's important to have someone that you can, like a support system that you can have when you're having issues, whether it's your relationship, family, work, anything that's going on in your life. But you also need to trust that person. Is that person going to have your best interest at heart? Or is it somebody that you can go to that wants to gossip? Talk to someone that you trust. Now, this is something that can get tricky. If you know someone that you can talk to regarding your relationship, you also have to trust them. And why I say this, and this is something that I stress to my clients, is that you may have your mother or best friend, a neighbor, someone that you go to when you're having issues in your relationship, but you have to be really careful on what you're sharing with that person. Your marriage or your relationship should be sacred to a certain extent that not everything should be shared. You should be able to go to your partner and have these discussions. When you speak to somebody outside of your, what I call a bubble, you risk that person being judgmental. Let me give you an example. Imagine you and your boyfriend are having a big fight and he calls you a name or he disrespects you, and you share that information, or you go tell your sister about that. And then you and your boyfriend come back together and you make peace, and he apologizes. He says it'll never happen again. You trust him that won't happen again, and you guys make up. Guess what? Your sister, who supports you and defends you because she's your sister and she's close to you, she might still have an issue with him. So how will that make you feel now that you're back in the relationship with your boyfriend and you have your sister or even a friend that you share this negative information with? It's okay for you to share positive things as well. Something that I did learn and that I practice in my marriage is I don't share a lot about my marriage. I don't care how upset I am. I don't care how angry I am. I don't care what the issue is. It's something that I keep sacred, is the privacy of my marriage. And because, that's something that we do, we don't have any issues with family or friends being in our little bubble. This is something that our pastor told us before we got married, is that you have to create a bubble or a circle around your relationship, and you have to protect that. What you share outside of that bubble, you really have to be careful, because you don't want that negative energy reflecting back on your relationship. You don't want to have to worry about what the other person's going to think if you decide to forgive and forget, so to speak. So that's an example that I can give you of trusting someone. But it is okay to talk to someone, because sometimes we feel lonely and we feel like we need to vent or we need to get another person's opinion, but just be careful. Communication is important. This is something that I discussed in a previous video, if you've watched my other videos. But communication is almost like the cement of your relationship. You want that cement. Cement is supposed to be almost forever. But if you do not know how to communicate effectively in your relationship, then you're going to find that you're going to have a lot of problems. So communication is key. Not only do you communicate with your partner what your issue is, and you have a healthy environment when you're communicating. So, I'll give you a reminder. A healthy environment means there's no yelling. You set ground rules. There's no yelling. There's no name calling. There's no attitude. That's creating a healthy and good environment for your conversation that you're going to have. That's how you communicate. So communication is key. Don't be afraid to express yourself. Don't be afraid to express your emotions. Respect each other's opinions. Respect each other when you're having this conversation, when you're communicating with each other. And it's okay to take a break. If things seem like they're getting heated, it's okay to walk away. But when you walk away, remember, respectfully walk away. Respect that person. I need a break. I need to step away from this. I'm just too angry. Or, I'm upset. I'm crying. You're upset. Or you're arguing and you're not getting each other. Then you can walk away. But before you walk away, what are you supposed to do? You can ask. Make sure that you have respect during this conversation or during your communication with your partner. Respect is important. Having a healthy environment in that conversation is important. The name calling, the cursing, the raising of the voice, that's not effective communicating. So don't be afraid to express your emotions during this communication. Remember, if you take a break, to let your partner know what you're doing. I need to step aside for a minute. I need to step away from this conversation for a minute. Can we revisit this tomorrow? Can we talk tonight? It's normal to experience ups and downs in relationships. But if you find that the negative is outweighing the positive, then you have to ask yourself, is this relationship for you? Because too much negative in a relationship can affect your headspace. Relationship troubles can sometimes leave you with feelings of low self-esteem, low self-worth. If you find that you're feeling sad, hurt, and angry all the time in your relationship, then it may be time to end that relationship. Because doing this might come with unexpected positives in your life. But if you want to save your relationship and you know it can work, look at the upside of your relationship. Spend a week writing down positive things. Write down positive things about your partner. Write down all the things that your partner does right. Say thank you for the small things. Have fun together. Maintain the intimacy and the communication. Take full responsibility if you're at fault. Allow your partner to gain back your trust. Manage expectations. That means that you need to set ground rules. Have a conversation with your partner about what your ground rules are in your relationship. What are things that are red flags to you? Discuss that with them. Remember to set aside time for each other. Schedule daily or even weekly little meetings where you can discuss how your week went, how your day went. Don't let the world revolve around your partner. We tend to sometimes do that. Find things to occupy your time. Allow each other to be their own person. And remember why you're with them in the first place. So I have an assignment for you. One question. How does your relationship feel right now?